Hello everybody, this is Mark Blanton from the Real South Africa.
And I am Latasha Blanton, also with the Real South Africa.
And you guys are welcome to sunny South Africa. If this is your first time, this is your opportunity to come with Phil Scott with his channel.
And they will be here on March 16th through the 25th, 2022. The cost does include the flight, most meals, and your domestic flight in country from Johannesburg to Cape Town. The cost is $5,500 per person sharing and $6,150 for a person wanting a single room.
Now, at this point, you don't need any extra shots. The only thing you need to do is have a negative COVID test prior to you leaving. And then, of course, upon departure, we will get you another COVID test. And then that's it. So that's really all you need. And, of course, a passport.
So no shots, no vaccines, no nothing. Just get to South Africa. We'll see you here.
Hello everyone, it's me, Demetra Kaye of the Demetra Kaye Show here on YouTube and a proud contributor of the African Diaspora News channel and the African Diaspora News Insider. If you could please do me a favor and subscribe to all channels and like this video, I would greatly appreciate it. So I came across an article this morning that said that a lot of cities are starting to see a major increase in carjackings, especially during the pandemic. Okay. So a carjacking is, for you guys who may not know, is when you steal somebody's car while they're still in it, usually at gunpoint. All right. And so some of these cities are New York City, Chicago, New Orleans, and Philadelphia, just to name a few, right? So I got curious. I was like, well, let me see what's going on in these cities. Like, who is running these areas that these carjackings are starting to increase in? And you guessed it. Most of those cities are ran by Democrats, right? Whether it's a congressperson or it's a city council, you name it, they're ran by Democrats, right? And so the one thing I think we all need to really realize, yeah, there's some bad apples out there, regardless of what's going on, they are bad apples. But when you rob a community of resources, then you rob people of the ability to fend for themselves. And so, of course, they start to resort to crime, which I'm not saying is right, but it's just a fact, right? And so, especially during the pandemic, we've seen a lot of cities go through a lot of hardships. A lot of jobs have left and all of that, right? And so usually they say when America catches a cold, black people catch the flu. And so a lot of these Democrats, especially now because they're on the hot seat about these crimes that are starting to take place. It said in Chicago, out of the 77 communities in Chicago, 10 of them account for the most homicides. And guess what? Those are our communities, right? And another thing, a lot of them are ran by black Democrats. Okay, so we need to deal with that, right? And another thing that happened during the pandemic was an election. We elected a Congress that was Democrat, and the presidency is Democrat, right? And so we always hear, oh, the Democrat is for the people. Oh, the Democrat is the black party, and, black woman and all that is the backbone of the Democratic Party. All right, well, here's the problem. So we're seeing all these crimes, and we have all these Democrats that are running these cities, and they're not doing anything about it. One alderman or city council person in Chicago by the name of Raymond Lopez, he's like, well, I don't think they're tough enough on crime. And, it's just lawlessness going on. It's like, well, you're a Democrat. What are you doing to fuel the economy in your areas? Are you bringing jobs? I ain't talking about Taco Bell and Popeyes and all that. Are you bringing sustainable jobs where people can actually say, I'm making a living and I can take care of myself and my family? Or are you just complaining? Are you talking about creating more crime bills that will actually hurt black people instead of trying to fix the problem? So when we go to the voting booth, especially as black people, since we predominantly vote for the Democrats, we need to think about that. Okay, how is my city or my community? Is it good under Democratic rule per se? If it's not, then we need to try something different. We need to vote somebody else in that's going to actually help us bring resources and jobs and all that so we can get rid of the crime, because it's a fact where there are less jobs, less resources, and less money, the crime goes up. It's not rocket science. It's just a fact, right? So anyway, y'all, for more insightful commentary, please subscribe to this channel and my channel, The Demetra Kaye Show, here on YouTube. Peace.
Living in America as a black person, you recognize there is one set of laws for you and one set of laws for those, especially in the white community. In our book, Passive Aggressive Racism in the System of White Supremacy, I take you through times in my life when I first started noticing white supremacy. We teach you how to recognize it, identify it, and also counter it in our book. This book is a beginner's course for those that are just starting to wake up and open their eyes to see the system of white supremacy. As a black American person, you must understand this system because this system is life or death to you. How you handle it, how you deal with it, it can affect your mental health if you don't understand this system. Pick up our book, Passive Aggressive Racism and the System of White Supremacy, today on Amazon.